Hey guys, Good Boy 32 here. Check it out. I had all my guns out because I was trying to do a new intro video. And by the way, it took me forever to actually try to get it somewhat correct. Had a dog interrupt me and everything else. They're out there digging in the yard. It's absolutely crazy. But while I was out there, one of my favorite things that I like to use is this Breakfree powder blast. Now, one of the deals is I'm going to go ahead and do a pistol cleaning here, and this is how I do it. Okay, I'm not going to try to get it all just crazy clean, but I'm going to go ahead and just try to show you exactly how this stuff works. And we'll go from there. So we're going to bring the camera in here real close. I'm going to use this plate right here. We're going to put the parts in there and just blast the doo-doo out of them and go from there. So stand by, bring it in. Alright guys, so what we're looking at here, this is a Janik, and I'm going to say it correctly how they do it over there. Might as well go ahead and do it how we're supposed to. But anyway, this is the Janik 55. This is the TP9SA version. And the first thing we're going to do is always, we're going to go ahead and clear the weapon. Once we do that, we're going to utilize that crazy little decocker. But to take it apart, you do this. And we're going to disassemble this pistol just like so. And anyway, there you go. So now that the pistol's disassembled, you can tell by just laying out this paper towel how dirty this thing is, just like that. So once we get the parts separated, I'm going to take this right here. Now this is the Breakfree Powder Blast. Now I've used this in the past and I've had great experience, great results with it because, man, it's just on and off. All you got to do is spray it on, let it sit for a few seconds, scrub it down with your what do you call this thing? Toothbrush. And that's basically it. But what I do is I take and I put all this stuff in a plate, just like this. Now this is a plate that I use that does not belong to our house or our family. So let me go ahead and make sure everything's going frame. Alright, so I got all the parts and pieces laid out here pretty much. And the only thing that I'm going to do as far as the barrel's concerned, I'm going to go ahead and run a bore brush through that thing. And this is... actually, that's a 40, and we're not going to run that one through. I'm just going to run a rag through it for right now just to make sure it gets cleaned up. We're going to spray it down with a little bit of this rim oil right here at the end of it. But this is basically a simple process. But my idea is I want to show you how this stuff works. Now, the neat thing is I just spray everything down just like that. And it smells like lemons, which is the weirdest thing. I've actually been doing this in the house, and my wife walks in and goes, "What are you doing? It smells great." And I, go, I laugh because, you know, how often do you have a female asking you, telling you how good stuff smells? Anyway, it does come with this little, the tiny little deal here. We're going to spray this down here. And I just saturate the Jesus out of it. But you can see all the stuff that's coming off of it. And then, you got a little bit right there. I'm just going to scrub it down. And you can see what will happen is this stuff will actually dry with the haze, and it does quite nicely. And then I just take my a paper towel. So a paper towel that's not going to leave behind any residue. I'm just going to rub it, clean that out. And I'm not going to go so far as pull the firing pin or any of the other stuff out of this thing. I just want to get it nice and clean, just like that. And we're not going through an IG inspection, so I'm not really concerned about that. I'm going to go ahead and get up here just to get some of this stuff, make sure all the debris off of it. My goal here is to make this thing look as nice as it can be. I'm going to move that tail out of that way. Jesus. And you know what? If you're rushed for cleaning, just want to get it presentable, this is it, man. Get in there. Use that small portion there. Get in the dry rod slot. Get your rails. And you can tell, look at all that stuff, the carbon coming off of there. And I'm going to tell you something, guys. This is real good for cleaning bolt carrier groups. Real good. And we're going to do, I bought that, one of those little special tools that clean the bolt carrier group, an AR-15 cleaning tool. We're going to do a review on that here pretty soon as well. So, all I like to do, once I get it all sprayed down, I like to douse it down again. Okay, just like that. Go ahead and scrub this thing in and out of here. Get your area right there. Watch your springs. Make sure you don't lose any parts and pieces. Alright, looking pretty good. Go ahead and spray that down. And basically just blasting that stuff away. Alright, good deal. So what we're going to do is, once I get done blasting this out, get one of these. And like I said, this is just a real quick job. Bring her up to speed on the cleanliness. Bring that out. Set that down. Just want to get that barrel nice and clean. Try to get all the corrosion causing stuff out of there. Over the time period of a firearm, if you leave that stuff sitting in there, it can cause some damage. Alright, now, as you can look at the plate, you can see some of the carbon that we've gotten out of there. And I think this is probably about 200 or 300 rounds. Not a bad little deal. But I don't think I have ever cleaned this pistol since I bought it. And again, I am bad about that stuff. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these parts and pieces. We're going to set them over here on top of this paper towel. And it does evaporate quite quickly. And then basically just rub it down with this paper towel. And what you don't get, it will evaporate. So you can tell the stuff's still coming out of there. Alright guys, so anyway, I had the the daggum battery died on me. So anyway, let's go ahead and put this up here and just let you know exactly how clean this thing goes. And like I said, I put a couple hundred rounds through this thing without any type of cleaning. And with this stuff right here, guys, this is the Breakfree Powder Blast, and it's really easy. It smells like oranges, I think. Citrusy, yada, yada, yada. Now let's talk about a couple things. Blast away powder residue. What I want to do is make sure we're getting any warnings. Product is powerful solvent. Do not apply to rubber or plastic grips or parts. Well, there you go. Remove powder made damage. Painted finishes, camouflage finishes, and wood finishes, and most polymers. Use with caution. That's hilarious because I've been using the daylights out of it for quite some time. Now, I would suggest that you not use this thing. Use this stuff anywhere near the optic sites or fiber optic sites, because I did that one time. I did make a mistake and it kind of screwed up thing. Anyhow, never had any issues with it when it comes to the polymer stuff. So with that being said, I finished cleaning up the whole inside of this thing. I go ahead and this is some areas where I do add just a little bit of some lubricants here and here for the rim. Alright guys, so what you want to do, once you get this thing cleaned up and degreased, I always take a little bit of the rim oil right here, and just to added protection, just a little dab of right there, just on the working parts, trying to get those things nice lubricated so we don't have any issues down the road. Metal to metal issues. I'm going to go ahead, put a little bit right there. We're going to take and run a clean swab through there just to create a small film on that thing, just like that. Okay, I just want to line that barrel up a little bit. There we go. And then inside the upper slide, right here in the working parts, just to give it a little coat. All right, nothing big, nothing major. But we'll go ahead and put this thing back together. Let me do this. Let me show you how clean this barrel came out with. See if we can get this thing up here to the... There you go. Let's see here. You can see that. Not bad. Alright, so let's go ahead and put this thing back together again and go from there. Oops. Come on, Mr. Barrel. Punch and test. Watch the rear. Very nice. Alright guys, well that's it, man. This is the Powder Blast Breakfree stuff. Use it all the time. Never had any issues with it. Again, keep it away from your fiber optic sites. That being said, support your boys in blue. As always, God bless America. God bless those men and women in uniform 24/7 for our freedom, because freedom is not free. Dakota Boy 32 out. Look at this sight right there. What the hell, man? Paint's coming out of there. Have to touch that up a little bit.